Today's episode is brought to you by Breasty, a best friend of yours that has the same breast size as you. Kim says, "Hey, look, it's my breastie Emma. Let's go say hi." Mark says, "Breastie?" Kim, "Yeah, she's my bestie, and she has the same breast size as me." Mark says, "Let's forget we ever had this conversation." So it's brought to you by Breastie, which is good. Okay, you've dialed into Grown Men Chopping It Up, and this is a special episode because we haven't given you an episode in quite a long time. I've had to actually convince my partner that the listeners and the fans of the show love to hear the show. So I'm giving you this first episode, and we actually recorded one last night that we're editing now, so it should be up and running. But I want to give you this brief teaser to get you back in the swing of things. So my first topic is about things that should be relationship breakers. Number one is they won't or can't say "I love you," even after years and years of being together, or can't show you how much how they feel, even in nonverbal ways. You know, like hugging, kissing, that kind of thing. That should be a relationship breaker, especially if you're saying you love them and they're not saying it back. They're saying shit like ditto. That don't make any goddamn sense. Don't give me the ditto. Tell me, how you actually feel. Fuck that shit. So number two is they won't introduce you to their friends or family members, and you haven't been to a single family get together. However, the latter is understandable if their family genuinely sucks and they don't go to their house either. So if they're not going to their family members, that's one thing. But if they are and you don't know any of them and it's been a while, that's a red flag. Now, it's not a red flag for, let's say, I didn't invite girls to my family's place if we weren't serious, or if I was just fucking around. You're not going to meet my family if I'm just fucking around. My family gets to meet the serious folks. So anyway, number three, they won't kiss you or look at you during sex, which I may have a problem with. Now, some people, if you're having vigorous sex, sometimes it's kind of hard to go down there and kiss because you're breathing hard, you're trying to get your breath and all that other kind of stuff. And about the looking at you, some people feel weirded out when other folks look at them during sex, like, a man or woman having sex, and he's like, you look down there and she's staring you in the eye, and you're like, what the fuck are you looking at? And so you may want to close your eyes and imagine or look away or whatever it is, but that may or may not be a deal breaker. Number four, they absolutely refuse to go down on you ever, because they can't see that giving you pleasure is pleasure for them, or they rebuff your request for reciprocation. Guys, in my experience, friends I know, people you see in the movies, all that kind of stuff, they don't seem to mind licking pussy. Dudes, that's their tagline. Hey, let me lick your pussy. Because everyone thinks they can lick pussy good. But the problem is trying to convince a woman to suck your dick. You shouldn't be expecting her to suck your dick because you licked her pussy, because that's not going to happen. And considering how good or bad you may be, if you're good, then she may be too busy convulsing and not be able to reciprocate. If you're bad, she just might want you out of there. She don't want nothing to do with you. Anyway, number five, they call you names like stupid, idiot, bitch, whore, and slut. Why would you be with somebody that actually called you these names anyway? That is definitely a deal breaker. Number six, they don't understand what consent is, or that sex is not an obligation. Sex is never an obligation. Even sex between a married couple is not an obligation. You're not obligated to have sex with somebody. No is no, no matter what. This isn't the 1930s, Number seven, they don't know what your middle name or your favorite color is, or key facts about you that you would expect every single person who knows you well to know, considering if they know you well. Now, you may know somebody for years and may only be calling them by the first name because they're embarrassed of their middle name, or you might be calling them by their middle name because they're embarrassed of their first name. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, they should know those few little bits of things: your favorite flower, your favorite color, where you were born, that kind of thing. So, that's the way that they actually know you better than the average person. So, number 9, they won't marry you, even though they know that you really, really want to get married and you've been together for 7 years. 7 years, no marriage? Depends on how old the couple is. Like, if you both are like old, and I won't say old like, I'm saying old like over 21, like you're in your 40s or your 50s or whatever. Well, why get married in your 50s? You're about to die. You're close to being dead anyway. You're married in your 50s. You're just guaranteeing you're leaving your stuff to somebody. That's it. Number 10, they won't pick up after themselves ever, and they always make you do it. Like a messy person. When me and Jay Ryder had an apartment together, we had our bachelor pad together, we would do the Homer Simpson thing about the garbage. Whoever makes it tip over has to take it out. So we would pile garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage. And as long as it stayed upright, you ain't got to take it out. But you don't want to be with somebody like that. We were bachelors. We were young. Number 11, they refuse to participate in things they know you really like and are meaningful to you, even though you've explained how much these things mean to you and have repeatedly asked them. You know, you have to sacrifice. Relationships are about compromise. She might want to go skating. She might want to go bowling. You might want to go bowling. You know, there's things that you compromise with and just make the best of it. You know, you don't have to stay there all day. You say, look, we'll go there for an hour and then we'll do something I want to do for an hour, which is fair. That sounds fair to me. Number 12, they won't let you like the things you like, because even if they don't like your favorite band, they should see why that band is important to you and respect that. Like, if you like death metal, your significant other should at least try to see why you like death metal. Of course it's a bunch of noise and shit, but your significant other may not like rap music or may not like country, but it goes to say that it doesn't seem like you be with somebody that you don't have the important interests in common. Like, why would you be with a person that likes country and you like metal? That those personalities seem to clash to me. Just thinking of the personalities of people that like that kind of music. Number 13, they yell at you a lot for no reason. Or they yell at you a lot for any reason. Someone who wants to be with you will communicate with you in a respectful, low decibel manner. Unless they're from New York. The New York bitches yell all the time. I can't stand you, Wookie. So they should talk to you with respect and not be trying to yell your head off all the time. Number 14, they refuse to communicate what is wrong. Anytime that something's wrong, until whatever is wrong blows up 5 months later into something that is much worse than the argument that they might have ensued had they just accepted your invitation to talk about it in the first place. Meaning that there's something wrong with them today, and they just be like, nothing's wrong. And then a couple months from now, it blows up in their face because it was something serious, and now they want to talk about it. When the shit has hit the fan, basically. It's like, no, you should have talked about it when I wanted to talk about it, when it didn't seem so serious. So, number 15, they still act like a child. Not in a cute, fun, let's play hopscotch way, but in a still throws temper tantrums in public way. You fuck with somebody that still throws temper tantrums, you need your head examined. Because that ain't somebody you fuck with. Somebody that's 10 or something like that. Number 16, they never listen to you when you're speaking or when you're talking about your day. At least pretend to be listening about your day. That could be a deal breaker. You come home every day and they don't want to hear about your day, but they want you to hear about theirs. That's crazy. That's narcissistic. Number 17, they don't value or respect your opinions or take you seriously. You want someone to take you seriously sometimes. Not all the time, because you're not serious all the time, but at least sometimes. The next one, they won't let you win in arguments or let you be right ever, because everything is always about them. Unless you're never right in an argument. that could be the problem. You may never be right. You could be that crazy. But I don't think letting somebody win anything teaches them a lesson. I think crush them. Video games, sports, whatever it is, you whoop them bad so they'll never play you again. And if you think you won by a fluke, don't play them again, because next time they might win. The next one is they don't know what your needs are because they haven't asked, and it didn't listen when you told them what they were, and aren't willing to evolve as those needs evolve. Like, you may actually like hugging in the beginning, but later on it may evolve into you like pats on the back better. Yeah, that was a terrible example, but who cares? Your needs may evolve. Like, you may need a lot of attention in the beginning and not so much later on. It's like, I guess, being in tune with your partner is what the article's trying to say. Now, the next one is they won't make simple compromises with you and try to find common ground, or will ask you that you make sacrifices that they won't return the favor on. Like, you do what I want to do, but I'm not going to do what you want to do. That's what that's saying. And that could be bad for a relationship also. Last one is they can't see the value in your career or life goals, and do things like insist that were you to have children, you would have to be the one who stays home with them all day. And believe me, staying home with children is a sacrifice in itself. That's a whole nother job. I've done it. When my daughter was born, I took a year off from work and I just raised her. And it was valuable to me because that's how I saw it. But some people aren't prepared for that. They're not willing to compromise the things that they would normally do to be still, basically, to be still and take care of a child. Everyone's not into that. So, hey, what can I say? So what I want to do now is tell you there's a survey. Like, we have actual sponsors that we could have, like real life sponsors that we could have, but you have to take a survey, and the survey is survey.libsyn.com/grownmenchoppingitup. And Libsyn is spelled LIBSYN.com, and it's /grownmenchoppingitup. And if you type that in your computer, take the survey, and the kind of sponsors that like people that listen to our show, which is probably crazy people that have no sense at all, will contact us and get us to play a real ad or something like that. Although I like my sponsors. My sponsors are always dope. So that's always cool for me. Now, what I want to say is the last thing is for you men. I'm always giving women tips on vagina maintenance, that kind of thing. But I want to say for men, there's an importance in smelling good, because women do relate to a man that smells good. She might not remember anything about you at all, but she will remember that you smelled good. So get your cologne game up. I got some sites I can give you. Just send me an email from grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com, and I'll send you to some Facebook groups that people share and buy small batches of cologne. You can get a $200 cologne, and they'll send you like 5 milligrams for $20. And how much are you going to use? You're just going to dab a little bit on, but you smelling like $1 million when you just got little dabbles. You know what I'm saying? So this again is Grown Men Chopping It Up, and this is just a teaser. This is not a full show. This is a teaser before we actually bring the full episode that we're now editing onto the show. So be sure to send us your emails, Grown Men Chopping It Up. Check us out on all the social media platforms, and we're glad to be back with y'all. So peace.